Okay, welcome back to lesson 2 of our video lessons for the Hertfordshire College of Music Business Diploma, and this is lesson 2 of how to create a blog. This is where we got to last time, where we created the blog. We've got our title here. Up here is a URL that we've created that's going to become our name tag for our evidence work. Okay, so we're going to go over here and we're going to start to design and change the look of the blog. If you go over this button, obviously it highlights because it's a hyperlink. This is going to let us mess about with the design of our blog. It brings up this screen. As you can see, the blog works on 2 platforms. This is the blog as it will look on a computer screen, and this is the blog as it will look on a mobile phone or a smartphone screen. As you can see down here, there's lots of different templates, ways that you can change the way that the blog looks when somebody accesses it. So obviously here, if we double click, as you go over these icons, you'll see that the icon of a looking glass comes up. If you click that, you'll see that this is the way the blog looks at the moment. We can use this button over here to scroll to the next template. It's kind of blue outline, orange, slightly darker background, slightly funky red one, sort of browny one, minty one, etc., etc. Okay, you see the way that this goes. Okay, so we got here, close that down. There are some other views that we can look at. These are quite cool. These are coloured backgrounds. Again, if we click the middle of it, you can see that this is the way it could look with this sort of patterned background. Again, slightly sort of boring grey one. Funky orange one, for a hippie vibe. And again, and so on. So you can see that you really do have control of the way that your blog's going to look. Okay, let's close that down and let's choose a template. As you can see, we just go for this red one, so we can just apply it straight to the blog. See up here it says template applied, so we can now go and look at the blog, and now it's changed. It's got a funky red background and still looks, still looks there. Still not a lot of stuff there. It's quite sparse, but at least it's got a funky background. Okay, let's go back to design and see what other options we've got. As you see, as we go up and down this list, there's things that we can add to our blog. If, for instance, we wanted to get involved with the layout of our blog, we could click Layout. And this will give you a representation of what the blog looks like and how the parts of the blog are separated out. What Blogger calls a text box or some other information on your blog will be a gadget, so you can add different gadgets to certain bits of it. So if we click this button here, this hyperlink here to add a gadget, you'll see that it brings up a screen like this in a minute. There you go. So as we scroll down, you can see that you can add boxes that will sit on top of your blog at the side. So you can add some buttons or a list of followers, Google badge, translate button, so it lets your visitors translate it into different languages. Some links to follow your blog by email, stats. You can put a list of your different pages. We'll talk about that later. AdSense, if you want to earn some revenue from your blog, obviously on pay-per-click. A search box, if you've got lots of information, you want to put a search box in there, and so on. So it goes down. You can put some text boxes in, images, slideshows, etc., etc. Okay, so you can see that's there for you to play around with, which we'll come on to later. We'll do it at a later date on a different lesson. But you can see that's some options you've got there. Okay, now what we're going to try to do now, let's go back to the blog and have a look at it. Okay, it sits here. We don't have any posts. You can see that nothing's been written yet on our blog, so it's saying no posts. So let's create a post. We go up to this button here, again another hyperlink that says new post, and we click it. And it brings up this screen. As you can see, this is like a Word document, if you like, but this is where you can put the information, any information that you want to put. So the first thing we need to do is to put up a post title. So this is the thing that's going to sit right at the top of our post to tell us what this bit of information is going to be about. So for instance, if we just put post number 1, and we put some information here. Okay, let's publish it. So we go over this button here, let's publishes it, push that. Okay, so once it's been published, you'll come up with this screen, which will eventually give you a list of your different posts. So we can go and look at that post, we could edit it, we could just look at it, we can share it, so we could email some content to somebody else, or we could frankly delete it. Okay, so let's go and look at the blog now by going up to the View Blog button, and you can see there's our post. Okay, obviously not a great deal of information in there, but it's there. So this is the way we're going to put information onto our blog, and we can start to build our blog with information about our music business entrepreneurs.